Welcome back to hell, everyone. This is another Monster Train Escape to Africa video. I am thinking that we are going to play one of the new factions today. It would be nice to unlock the last faction, the Underlegion, so we just need to consume a bunch of cards, which shouldn't be difficult. So apparently this is how you switch your hero. Or champion, I should say. You click this, and you can change starter card or your champion, depending on whether it's the primary or secondary faction. We are going to play one of the new factions. We're going to play the Luna Coven today. Align with secretive Luna Coven and tap into the mercurial power of the moon to empower spells and weapons alike. This is our champion, Eka. Her starting card is Witchweave. Deal 1 damage to an enemy unit, or restore 1 health to a friendly unit. Very cool. Let's go ahead and set the Pyreborne as our secondary faction. So we're going to go ahead and send it with this clan combination, and we're just going to do an ordinary Covenant 0 run today. We're also playing with the Proto Heartcage. I honestly just forgot that I could change it because I forgot that it's a thing in this game for a moment and didn't think about picking a different one for the start of the run. Oh, Witchweave also costs 0. I don't think I noticed or mentioned that. That's very good. Let's start the run. Let's check out Herzl's Horde. Crown of the Eternal. At start of turn, fully heal champions. That seems pretty good. And Mage Blade adds an additional 1 damage per stack. I don't know what Mage Blade is. Plus 1 damage per stack for each magic power on the floor. Huh, I don't know what that means. Let's go with the one that isn't Luna Coven specific. I'm guessing this is Luna Coven because I don't know what the Mage Blade is all about. Yeah, let's restore our champion to full health every turn. It won't be astonishingly useful with a 5/5, but maybe there will be something that'll make it more useful later. Lunar Steward or Silver Empress. Lunar Steward Eka has a moon cycle ability. That triggers when the moon changes phases, which is very funny text to someone uninitiated with what exactly this clan is all about. Her moon cycle trigger gives +1 attack and +1 health to friendly units on the floor. I don't know how to make the moon change phases. Seems okay. Ability Lunar Echo. It has a 2-round cooldown, and it creates an ephemeral copy of a random spell played last turn on activation. She also has a full moon effect, one that activates only during the full moon, that increases our conduit by 15, and conduit gives you magic power on the floor. Okay, much to consider here. I like stacking, personally. I also like magic power. I don't know how easy this is to stack, and I don't know how easy full moon is to have happen. We're just going to try one of them and we're going to learn. I'm going to go with Lunar Steward, purely because I like playing incremental games. Clicking on a cookie and getting +1 cookie is just about as good as changing the phase of the moon and getting +1 attack and +1 health. We can dampen our Pyre here to get 75 gold, which I do believe I will do, considering our deck is so cheap. Okay, Pyre Dampener, you got it. We also have this little heads-up display here. The Luna Coven's moon affects certain cards. There are 2 phases, new moon and full moon. The moon changes phase every turn. Okay, so every turn she'll trigger. That seems pretty good. So let's start stacking a little bit like so. Then set this one out down here. And do our best. Alright, it's now the full moon. Oh yeah, you stacked, because you're normally a 10-10. Deal 1 damage. Deal 1 damage. Deal 1 damage. Oh, Vincent, you gotta think a little bit before you do stuff like that. Okay, we're going to kill both of them anyway. Cool. Train guy. Easy. Let's play it in the proper order. Fire Gel goes first, generally, remember that. I mean, I probably want to put all the Pyre Gel on the boss. So. Fire Gel. Fire Gel. Damage, damage, damage. We can also heal with our starter card here, Witchweave. I just haven't been doing it. Fire Gel, Fire Gel, Fire Gel. Yeah, we got him. Not a bad deck, actually. For ring 1. Ooh, there's some sick looking cards in this clan already. All right, Moon Pixie. All of these cards are new to me, by the way. It is a Conduit 3 lover. It's a 1 Ember unit, takes up 1 space. It's a 3/3, it's a Fae, and it has Conduit 3, which means it increases our magic power on the floor. It also gives other units on the floor Conduit 3, so it's actually +3 magic power per unit on the floor. Meddler, another 1-cost Fae. This has a summon ability that causes you to phase, meaning it advances the current phase of the moon. There are 2 moon phases, new moon and full moon, cannot occur during combat. Sure, and it also has an active ability with a cooldown of 2 that also causes you to phase. Seems pretty cool. Starstruck, deal 5 damage, and during the full moon, you apply Dazed 1. That doesn't seem too bad. I'm gonna go with the Meddler, simply because it seems to synergize with Eka. So we're gonna try it. Moneymaker is probably not going to be relevant, and Flicker does scale very, very well with magic power. We don't really have a lot of magic power, though, do we? I'm gonna try it anyway. Would be interesting to draft another Luna Coven unit just for the sake of it, but I'm gonna check out the Pyreborne one first. The Miser with Avarice 10, and the Guildmonger with Extinguish gain 1 Dragon's Horde. Let's try the Miser out. Okay, we're going to make as many of these free as we can. Magic power! Double stack Firestarter. Is it a waste? Yeah, kinda, but we don't have a better target for it right now, and seems okay. Arc of Invasion. These guys have 1 health, so I am not afraid of them. Da-da-da. Ooh, I liked how that sounded. I don't know, it's kind of stressful. I'll do it anyway. Tank, tank. We don't really have a good frontliner. Of course, Eka heals to full health at the start of every turn, but it's pretty easy to take 10 damage in this game. Case in point, these guys are gonna do it right the fuck now. So, they'll clear them. And then we will shift the phase of the moon, and then shift it again. Get another unit out of our deck. I like that Moonbeam style attack, very cool. Phase of the moon changed again. No flicker here. Okay, any non-lethal damage she takes, we can ignore. Lethal damage, though, we don't quite have the liberty of doing so. Let's just excommunicate you here. And get rid of our whole hand. I'm so far really liking the Eka's starter deck because it just feels so efficient. Like, having 0-cost starter cards, I'm genuinely pretty sure if this was in Monster Train 1, it would cost 1. It's Torch, but better. But, I mean, obviously it does 1 damage instead of 2, like Torch does. We can delete you from existence. To finish my thought, Eka's starter deck is so efficient because once you remove all the units from it, you can play your entire hand every single turn without any additional Ember. Like, beyond the amount that you start with, I should say. I mean, I just played that whole hand for free. I didn't pay any Ember, which probably means we want more draw in this deck, and more things to spend Ember on, honestly. Nice, $10. Maybe I should set that floor up on the bottom floor, because then the Miser can actually make the money? Not sure. Moon Pixie does seem pretty good. Restore 5 health, healing over max health implies armor instead. That seems pretty good, especially if you consider that that armor scales off of magic power and not double stack. So that seems pretty good. Another Moon Pixie and another Starstruck. So let's go Starstruck because it should be able to daze almost every turn. Mind Cage. We're taking the Mind Cage. If it's not obvious why, I can have the cooldown of the Meddler. We can have him use his ability every single turn, which will have Eka trigger every single turn as well. Let's check out this Luna Coven banner. I've yet to see most of the units, so get Hef's Hammer. Probably, let's go with the first floor install. At the start of battle, apply Boiler Room to the first floor. Ooh, okay. Shade Guard. Chonky boy. Resolve. If it is a new moon, gain 10 attack and 15 health. Oh, he's a silent. Okay. He is 3 big. The Lunar Priestess. Resolve. Add a Moon Ritual spell with Ephemeral to your hand. Moon Ritual is a 0-cost spell that phases and applies 1 conduit to a friendly unit. Ooh. Oh, this is a Selene. I don't know what that means either. I'm for sure going to take the Lunar Priestess. Dazed 2 could be useful, but it's really only very good for Relentless phases. Actually, no, Dazed 2 on the top floor is pretty good too, because then they just take 1 free hit from the Pyre. I didn't think about that. And since we have the Proto Pyre, that's going to be a lot of damage. So, yeah, I've convinced myself. It's kind of pricey, but most good business ventures are. Let's reroll. I regret my choices. I regret my words and my deeds. Emberstone. Yeah, let's do it. That's probably a card we're going to want to keep in a permanent fashion. Oh, you know what? We have exactly enough to purchase another card. So let's do it. Probably just one of the fire starters. And we add some spells that cost Ember, and we add some draw, and we win. Archeon, Scion of Savagery. This is the one that bullies your Pyre. Sadly enough for me, because I am not going to have frontline units on every floor. I am barely going to have a frontline unit on this floor. I'm willing to chance it. I mean, this is an amazing spell right now. We are during the full moon, so let's ruin your life, shall we? That looks great. We're not going to take damage here. Not that we would have taken damage really anyway. So, I mean, the Lunar Priestess makes it to where it's the correct turn every turn. It's the right moon for whatever it is that you want. Which we... And then taking 11 is actually negligible because we heal to full every turn. And I would like to save that over, so let's do this. Send it. The Boiler Room is already paying dividends, actually. Meddler. Moon Ritual. Meddler. And I'm getting bonuses from Conduit, which is making my spells a little bit better. Change the phase. Full moon it up. Should be good enough. We haven't even taken any damage from the variant of the boss yet. We can put the Mind Cage on you now. It doesn't matter what phase it is this turn. So let's just get as much damage on the boss as we can. Alright, excellent. It's currently the full moon, so let's daze you. And then let's start switching the phase. Oh, I actually could have dealt one more damage if I did that in the other order, which, you know, obviously not relevant right now, but sometimes minutia like that will be. So far, Luna Coven looks really good. 150 gold. Duality is a new one. This is a 1-cost spell from the Luna Coven. It is attuned. It deals 10 damage to an enemy unit or restores 10 health to a friendly unit. Oh, okay. So it's a much upgraded version of Witch Weave that has attune, meaning even Conduit will have 5 times the effectiveness on it. I'm also a little interested in Death Roar, actually. Move all the Pyrogel from the floor to one specific unit and then deal 5 damage 5 times to that unit. With how much Conduit we make, we could actually kill something with this. But now that I'm looking at it, actually, if you ignore the Pyrogel effect, this does the same amount of damage plus 5. This does 5 damage plus our magic power times 5. This does 10 damage plus our magic power times 5. So, more inclined to take this, actually. Magma Cultist. Shade Guard also seems relevant. We can always make sure we end our turn on the new moon. What we need right now is a good frontliner. We don't have one. Like, Eka is not going to do forever, so I'll go with the Shade Guard. That probably does mean we want the capacity to be able to fit him on our floor, but it's so tempting to take draw. No, let's not be greedy. Let's take Heaven's Light. I think I'm down for a Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Trinkets. Hit or miss. The Magma Cultist. Oh, tempting, tempting. The trouble becomes, what is our floor, right? We really don't need the Miser, I guess. And the Meddler can be anywhere, and the Lunar Priestess, as far as I'm concerned, can be anywhere. So I'm actually kinda down for the Magma Cultist. The biggest problem is we have nowhere near enough Ember to spend during our deployment phase. Plus 15 Conduit during the full moon, huh? Or Lunar Steward 2. I'm gonna go with this for now. Make a unit endless. I am gonna reroll. Okay, I'm glad I did. Miser upgrade. Health upgrade. Might want the next health upgrade on the Miser. Eka. Shade Guard. The Miser. And like a Lunar Priestess. Okay. Yeah, our whole hand was free. Okay, cool. Oh, if it's a new moon. We want to end every turn on the new moon. We can do that. We are going to do this first. Right, the sap is not ideal. So we're actually going to do it up here. And then we're going to switch back. We're going to do this. I think it's probably worth it. Agile. Okay. Now we can switch back and forth as much as we want. Well, I mean, that's not totally true. We need to end every turn on the new moon. But, I mean, that makes this pretty easy, huh? We have to do it like this. Tough. 1 HP off. Which I actually would have done. I would have dealt that damage if I played the Fire Gel, applying Fire Starter first. Life Mother's Pyre unlocked! That's right, because I took 4 damage. Let's go ahead and summon our Magma Cultist. Kinda tough. We're gonna take a little more damage. It's just gonna have to be okay. Get enchanted, idiots. Cool. So far, we're doing pretty well. We've certainly outscaled the enemies, for now. It is only ring 4, so that has time to get way worse. Ooh, okay. So, Moonbeam. Deal 20 damage to the frontmost enemy unit X times. It is an X cost spell. Mooncaller. It is a 1-cost Selene unit. It causes mooncycle abilities to trigger an additional time. And Glittering Draught is a 1-cost consume spell that restores 20 health and applies Conduit 4. I'm going to do the Mooncaller because it seems kinda crazy. Apply 10 Fire Gel and 10 damage to all enemy units. This is gonna look weird. I'm gonna go make it rain. It's gonna do 4 times my magic power, and it's gonna help me spend money for the achievements. New power unlocked, Life Mother's Heart. Adds the option to copy cards at the Merchants of Steel, Magic, and Trinket. That seems insanely broken. Maybe it's like 1 trillion gold or something like that. Merchant of Magic will be relevant. I would like to upgrade my duality and my new Make It Rain. I'm gonna go this way. I think there's a little bit more value here. Because if we take the Pyreborne banner, I think we're very likely to just skip it. So make this do 60 damage. Seems decent. Yeah, let's make you intrinsic. Add that to one of you. And then somehow not have enough for the Emberstone. Okay, let's remove both of these. And then duplicate something. Probably the Mooncaller. That seems crazy, right? We're gonna try it. I think we might actually get fucked. I think this might be way too greedy. Non-boss enemy units restore 150 health when they move up a floor. If we set up on the bottom floor, they literally win if they pass us. But we're doing it anyway. This is the one that gives them Titan skin. Well, I'm the one that gives you Pyre Gel. We can actually kill this. That is so crazy that we can kill all of the units on that floor. Wowee. Okay, we got it. Let's throw this up here. That's so perfect. So unbelievably perfect. I mean, this also does 6 damage. I'm not gonna not play it just because. No. They're so cool looking. Alright, that unit is going to get through, sadly. I think that might just be disastrous for us. But I don't know, there's duality we can draw. Here it is. Right. Suppose I didn't consider that. I mean, hopefully this will help, maybe? I'm gonna cry. Okay, we got one of them. They just heal to full if they get through. Is the biggest problem here. Well, you're definitely dead, so I don't have to worry about that. It's currently the new moon. It's currently the full moon. It's currently the new moon. Okay, we are doing it. We aren't even taking that much fire damage. That's not good. That's actually fine. We're making so much money. We came into this fight with like 30 gold, remember? Maybe the Miser is strong. I just don't know. After our Ring 6 boss, this run will feel a lot simpler, I think. Mage Blade 3. Oh yeah, it gets attack for each magic power. So it's 3 times the magic power. Plus 5, I guess. Phase X times, apply X conduit. Lunacy. Oh, like Luna. Like the moon. Restore 2 power health for each Dragon's Horde. We unlocked this yesterday. I don't feel super inclined to play it. Is it worth a second copy of Make It Rain? Is that like trolling to the ultimate degree? Is that ultra trolling? I'm just not sure. Nah, sacrificial chamber. I mean, it would cover our boiler room right now. Let's try this. Grant friendly units conduit 5, the planetarium. How nifty. Of course, there's the hell furnace. You know what? I've decided I actually don't know why I came here. Let's just remove every single steward from our deck. Also duplicate something like the Lunar Priestess. Let's duplicate the Duality or the Lunacy. Yeah, the Lunacy. Vampiric Feed. This is a new one to me. Kale and his cherubs gain 7 attack and lifesteal 1 to enemy units. So we can go... If things get really bad, I'll probably go to the left and cut some, honestly, decent cards from my deck. But if things go well, we'll go back to the Merchant of Steel. The Mind Cage should not be in my starting hand because Meddler is not a deployable unit. The more you fun fact to learn. Oh my god! Meddler for sure. And then we can honestly neglect to activate its effect. Right, and then we get the Ember. We want to change it 3 times this turn. Well, I guess we can cast the thing first. Well, if we kill this, which I guess will take all 3 Witch Weaves, now that I'm looking at it. I mean, that's the only way we're going to get a kill here. 1, 2... Change back to the full moon. Yeah. Cool. I think I could have played that in a slightly different order, I'm not sure. Because the X card needed to be played last, but we got more damage if we held on to our Witch Weaves until after we had all the conduit. Another Mooncaller just to chump block. Oh well, we can do some more of our shenanigans. Yeah, Witch Weave. Witch Weave. First time I've used it for healing, I suppose. The New Moon. Then just change it back and forth. Alright, this. Wow, we're gonna kill everybody now. We want the turn to end in New Moon. I wish I could just get rid of it, but I have no way of doing damage to it right now. I guess we'll just focus on what we can control, which is down here. So everything's gonna die, so let's just start spamming damage on the boss. Take some pyre damage. Lose our Lunar Priestess? I forget what she's called. Well, okay, you've viewed your last haul, Meddler. Get Pyre Gel, idiot. Looks like a lot of damage. The nice thing about having a tanky unit, too, is that all of our Mooncallers heal him. Or our Witch Weaves, I should say, heal him. I can just heal him back up to 100. I can heal him for more damage he's going to take this turn. But first... we're gonna go nah 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 nah. Sorry for the Lorax reference, everybody. I'm sorry you had to hear that. Right. Well, we've chosen you to die, Kale. Stardust Invocation. It is a 1-cost consume spell that causes you to phase and then create an ephemeral copy of a spell in your hand. If you had 2 copies of Stardust Invocation, would you be able to cast it infinite number of times in the same turn? No, because you need the Ember. But what if you had infinite Ember? Much to consider. Anyway, I'm not going to take any of this. We're going to take another Heaven's Light, which is, this is ultra bait, by the way. I don't recommend anyone ever do that. I go this way. So I don't know what her third path is, but I'm going to go Lunar Steward 3. One part so I can have it in the logbook, another part because I like big numbers. Arcus, the Angel of Darkness, approaches the train. His once powerful form now crackles with Titan corruption. I mean no harm. The Titan's grasp is suffocating. If you help me, I will grant something powerful in return. We will give you health. When it becomes a new moon, apply armor 10 to friendly silent units. Our silent units are just our Shade Guard and nothing else. I'm okay with that. You offer up some of the Pyre's warmth to the Cursed Angel, partially cleansing their body of the Titan's curse. You offer more of your Pyre's warmth to this former enemy? Okay, I'm a big fan. 20? Sure. Alright, maybe not. Oh. Sure. You take the artifact, and before long, you have a chance to look up. You see Arcus trudging down to the path alone. Sorry, I'm autopiloting here a little bit. Holdover. Yes, yes, yes. Then we purge the other copy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, honestly? No. We want the Miser. And the, one that can change the phase of the moon. Righto! Let's go with the Magma Cultist here. And then let's go with a little bit of Starstruck action. You see? Phase means you can't resolve either, right? Yeah, fuck you! Duality. Make it rain twice. Flicker, Witchweave, and still not kill it. Which is pretty cool. Summon a Meddler. Well, do we want to summon the Meddler? Yeah, we do. And we want to put the cage on the Meddler. He must be contained at all costs. Just some Pyre Gel here. This guy is going to add a Resonant Ruin to the top of my draw pile, which is not my favorite. Is this guy the zero attack Meister? Yeah, he is. Alright, I don't really mind then. We're gonna have to get rid of this. But everything else is pretty cheap in our hand. Donk. Ah, shit. Well, this is the consume one, so it insta-kills it. I'm realizing we left our top guys there with no defense. No frontliner. Mooncaller. Mooncaller. Nice! Okay, it's looking good down here. Alright, feeling good. Let's kill... Ugh, kill you. Kill you. And then just lose almost everything. I think we might actually lose the run as well. Maybe not. Especially not if we draw the Dazed card, actually. Which we did. Is that enough? 130, 130... Yeah, no, there's no way he does enough damage to kill our Pyre. This guy ends up with however many lives and, you know, 2 spells kills it. Yeah, no, it has 1 life. Thing's cooked. Okay, we took 16 damage to our Pyre, which is not desirable. Nice. Die. I said die. Well, let's make it funny. Alright. Let's see it. We got 10 gold from the Miser. Alright, we're gonna need health. Something fierce. Restore 20 health. I mean, that's not the kind of health I meant. Another Mooncaller, huh? No, that's trolling. Restore Pyre health for each thing, anything? Nothing. We are gonna need the Pyre health, I believe. Upgrade another unit with multi-strike. Or I could just give the Miser more multi-strike, which would be funny. This guy gets a lot of attack, actually. Let's do him. Make somebody endless, like the Luna Priestess, I guess. Give some attack to some units. Give some health to some units. Don't really care about any of those things. Go here. At the end of turn, if it is the full moon, spells in hand gain 10 magic power. Sure. Let's send it. I think this deck is really good, but we may misplay and die to the corruption. It's very, very easy to do so. On his turns, he applies corruption 2, and whatever he hits gets its corruption doubled. That means this guy is just going to have to be beefy enough to not care about the corruption. Luna Priestess, Miser, Echo. Same start as always. Well, honestly, I'm struggling to give a fuck because I am endless, so do what you want. Yeah, let's still summon this guy, I think. New Moon. And then this guy can activate and switch it to the New Moon. Could save 3 armor, but I'm not really inclined to care. Can make it the New Moon, which sounds pretty good right now. Oh, let's do this first, though. Why did it die? Oh, it had corruption, right. Just put the Mind Cage out there. Yeah, New Moon. New Moon. No Starfall, huh? Well, this is gonna hurt a lot. One, two, three, four, 5 will end us up on the correct moon phase. Holy shit, we're so strong. We may have 52 corruption on our frontliner. However, we also have 202 health on our frontliner. So who's laughing now? Which weave? Duality. And then we're going to change the moon phase 11 times. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, done. Hey, it's the new moon. Okay. Alright, done. And we killed Seraph. Hey, that was a pretty good fight. That was a pretty good run, actually. Wowie kazowie. Well, my first impressions of the Luna Coven are nothing but positive, as I'm sure you can understand. I really liked that run. I am going to keep toying with the moon cycling, but I don't think it's the best thing that the faction is capable of just yet. Speaking of the Luna Coven, though, we have unlocked a new card for them by reaching level 2 with them. We have unlocked the 1-cost spell card Gravity. It deals 5 damage, and during the new moon, it causes them to descend, but during the full moon, it causes them to ascend. We also unlocked the artifact, the Astrologer's Orrery. It says that the first time each turn that it becomes the full moon, we gain 1 ember. Decent. Alright, we also got them to level 3, so we got the 2-cost spell card Cosmic Bolt, which is attuned and deals 35 damage. Very simple. We also got the artifact Circle of Cycles. Restores 10 health to the lowest health friendly unit every time we moon cycle. So I guess that's anywhere on the train. I'm not sure. We've reached level 6 with the Pyreborne. We have unlocked a new equipment card. It costs 2, and it is called the Cursed Dragon Staff. It gives its wielder +5 attack, and the incant effect deal 1 damage to all enemy units. That sounds insane. Imagine putting that on the Magma Cultist? Wowee! Spirit Breaker's Charge is the artifact we just unlocked. After using an ability, a friendly unit gains 5 attack. When a friendly unit uses an ability, it gains 5 attack, I'm assuming. I'm going to check out the run summary real quick, and that'll be the end of this video. So, we were playing the Luna Coven Pyreborne with the Proto Heartcage. Artifacts, we had Crown of the Eternal, Boiler Room Mod, 2 Heaven's Lights, Silent Sigil, Cleansing Water, Looming Dark Shard, and Moonstone. Mind Cage, Luna Priestess with the Immortal Stone, Meddler with the Strength Stone, a Miser with the Frenzy Stone and a Speed Stone, 2 Moon Callers, a Magma Cultist with a Heartstone, a Shade Guard with a Heartstone and a Frenzy Stone, a Flicker with 2 Power Stones, a Lunacy with a Keep Stone, a Witch Weave with a Surge Stone, 4 other Witch Weaves, a Duality with a Power Stone and a Seek Stone, a Fire Starter with an Ember Stone and a Stack Stone, a Fire Starter with a Surge Stone, a Make It Rain with an Ember Stone and a Twin Stone, and a Starstuck with a Stack Stone and an Ember Stone. This deck seemed crazy good. I really am not going to give too much of my opinions on these early runs because I've never ever played with the Luna Coven before and I have no idea what their strengths or weaknesses really are. I'll tell you this, I really liked playing with Lunar Steward. This is probably the best example you're going to get of what it does. Lunacy seemed instrumental for the, I guess, archetype of build we were running because it instantly scaled us. Like, it scaled us enough that, honestly, it could say consume on it, and it would probably still be good enough to win us the run. With 2 Moon Callers, which I think were overkill, you might not need any Moon Callers, I'm not totally sure. You know, multiplying ends up with really, really big scaling. That is a very simple concept that is true in every single roguelike, so that is why I think that Lunar Steward run worked out. I don't know how well we'll be able to repeat it. I'm excited to find out, but we have a little bit more story to get to before the end of this video. How does it feel to be back? I'm sure it must have been disorienting, waking up to all this.
Disorienting, yes, but in a good way. Hell was on the brink of destruction, but now thanks to you, it's thriving.
Thriving? Hardly. We're barely getting by. But now that you're back, we finally have a leader who can bring us together.
I'm not fit to lead anymore, Fel.
What are you talking about? Herzl, you forged the Covenant. You unified the 9 Rings of Hell. If anyone can bring us together, it's you.
No. Hell was nearly destroyed under my watch. I was helpless to do anything. It was the clans that saved themselves, not me.
Herzl. That's the perimeter alarm. Something's coming. Hell. Destroy! Stand back. Stab. Fel, they're heading for the pyre. Talos, go rally the banished. Gather them to the pyre, quickly! Herzl, can you still swing that hammer?
Never said I forgot how to fight. I'll go warn the others. You go to the pyre.
Get out of my way! That's all of them. Is everyone alright? We barely managed to fend them off. Thankfully, none of us were hurt. They ignored us and went straight for the pyre.
If they succeeded, we would be done for. Without the pyre, our trains can't run. All the pyre hearts draw upon its heat for their powers.
They knew exactly what they were doing. This is concerning. Fortify our defenses and summon the council. Phoenix, Eka, Orochi, Bolette. We have a lot to discuss. I don't know if I said those names were correctly, but that's gonna be the end of this one. See you guys next time.